We're going to show you how you can do some basic checks on your car's health, and you can do it from home. It's important to make sure your car is running safely and smoothly. Now, a good time to do your health checks are when the seasons change throughout the year, from winter into spring and from summer into autumn, or if you're setting out on a long journey. Now, car cleaning may seem simple to some people. It's easy, isn't it? You nip down the car wash, you sit in your car, and it washes the outside of your car. Or you go out onto your driveway, get your bucket and sponge, and clean your car. That's the kind of thing that we've done to this nice little shiny Mini sat behind us. But we went a little bit further because we used a power hose to get in under the wheel arches and really clean underneath the chassis of the car. And this is important, particularly between the season changes from winter into spring. That's because road salt is on the roads. You can't see it, it's invisible, but it is there and it does cling to the underside of the car. You need to clean it off underneath and it will stop your car corroding in the future. Also, a little safety tip. Once you've washed your car, just drive it very slowly and very carefully and apply the brakes. That's to get the water off the brake disc, because you don't want your brake disc corroding when you set off for a long journey, because that could be unsafe. So remember, clean your car, clean it well, and clean it underneath. Windscreen and mirror checks. We want to make sure that they're nice and safe. So this is a nice clean little Mini Countryman. It's got a new windscreen in it. But Eddie, if it had a chip in the middle of the windscreen, would that be considered dangerous?
Up to 10mm, you're alright for MOT. I wouldn't obviously advise that you let it get any bigger than that. In the other part of the swept area, they allow up to 40mm. Again, it's not advisable to let it get to that point.
Because the problem is when you've got a chip in the windscreen, if you leave it, it can spread and get a lot worse. So we advise that you take your windscreen in and get it replaced or get it repaired at the very least. And don't forget, while you're doing that, it's also a good time to check your wing mirrors. Just make sure that they're nice and clear, make sure they're not cracked, not broken, and make sure they're clean so you can see the road behind you. So, wiper blades. I'm guilty of this myself. I drive a car sometimes for 2 or 3 years and never check the wiper blades, but Eddie's going to tell us it's quite important, isn't it?
Yeah. I would recommend checking them at least once a month. You're looking mainly for splits in the rubber of the blade itself, especially at the ends. Don't forget to check right along it. They are quite prone for splitting in the middle, and that will give you a really nasty smear on the screen as you're using the wipers.
Now, wiper blades aren't that expensive, so maybe change them once a year, get it done when you service the car. Now, screen wash is another thing that's really easily overlooked. It's important to check it at least 2 times a year, once in the winter and once in the summer. Why is that, Eddie?
In the winter, you're going to get a lot of road salt. In the summer, you will get a lot of pollen and bugs. And you need to obviously keep your vision as clear as possible.
Absolutely. And me, in the past, I'd run outside my house with a watering can and some washing up liquid, but actually that's the wrong thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah, washing up liquid's got quite high detergent content, and this will actually prematurely rot the rubber in your wiper blades, so it's not advisable to use that. A good quality screen wash is the best thing to do. So
that's good advice, a good quality screen wash, and make sure you keep it topped up. Now, checking the oil. When was the last time you done that? Well, if you're like me, probably over a year ago, but it's really simple and easy to do. Pop the bonnet, pull the dipstick out, you'll see that there's marks on the dipstick, and that'll tell you what the oil level should be. Dip the dipstick back in. That will give you a level when you pull it back out. Make sure that you've got good oil topped up all the way to the top, like we have on this little Mini. And if you're a little bit unsure how to do this, consult your owner's manual, because it will show you how to check your oil and do it frequently. Coolant. Now, engines run very hot. They have a water jacket around them, and that's filled with coolant. It has to be the right coolant and the right grade. It's there to keep the engine cold, and it's important you keep it topped up. Isn't that right?
Yep. You're looking for maximum and minimum mark. and the coolant should be between those two marks. And don't check it when it's hot, always check it when it's cold. If you take that off when it's hot, you're running a risk of being scalded by the hot coolant.
And it's right to use the correct grade of coolant as well?
Yeah, some coolants don't mix with other coolants. There's different types of coolant.
So check your owner's handbook to make sure that you're using the right grade of coolant, and make sure you keep it frequently topped up. Tyres. Now these things, they really can save your life. Remember, a car works by having 4 contact points with the tarmac underneath you, and it's about the same size as the palm of my hand 4 times. So you want to make sure that your tyres are the best they can possibly be. So what are we looking for, Eddie?
Well, we're looking for any splits or bulges in the sidewall. We're also looking for a minimum of 1.6 millimeters across the centre 3/4 of the tyre. Now you can sometimes use these little marker bars. They'll give you an indication if you're getting into that sort of region of tyre.
And if your tyres are getting low and the police see it, you'll also get 3 points on your licence for driving a car with illegal tyres. And it's important that you check your tyres regularly. Make sure that they're safe for both you and if you're carrying your family in the car. Lights. Now these are really important, especially during the winter months. You need to light up that road in front of you. So what are we looking for, Eddie?
Well, we need to keep these lenses nice and clear. Also make sure your fog lights are clear as well if you've got them, and make sure that of course that the rear lights are also clear as well.
Use a good quality bulb if you need to change your bulb, and make sure that they get checked regularly.